Hey everyone, Ben Lukes here. Thank you very much for tuning in today. In this video, I want to talk about leadership for graduates and students. I think leadership is one of the most important skills that you can learn in your career. In fact, I think leadership is also a skill that is not going to become obsolete overnight in this ever-changing world that we're living in. I really do believe that the future belongs to those who are able to effectively lead others and also lead themselves. So in this video today, I want to share with you some high-level principles and lessons about leadership, which have really shaped my leadership philosophy in my career. The first question I want to ask you is, who do you admire as a leader? Think about that for one moment, because your answer to this question will really help you identify what qualities of leadership that you believe are important. And that's a really important process in your leadership journey and your development as a leader. If you can identify qualities in other leaders that you really admire and that you really respect, then you can start thinking about how you can bring those qualities into your own life and into your own leadership practice. The key thing to remember is that all leaders are human, and there is no such thing as a perfect leader. In fact, even some of the leaders that you admire may have fallen short from time to time, and that's okay. Even in those examples, there are still some great lessons that you can learn about what qualities are required to overcome the significant challenges in leadership. Ultimately, these lessons, both positive and negative, can really start to lay the foundation for your development as a leader. The second lesson I want to share with you is that leadership is a skill that is best learned from other people. Now, ideally, that will be in the context of a mentoring relationship. And in some of my previous videos, I have spoken about the importance of finding a mentor and how to build a great relationship with them. So please check out those videos on my channel after this one. But the thing to remember is that some of the leaders that you may admire may no longer be with us, or maybe they are political leaders of governments that may be hard to act as one of your mentors. If you think that being a mentee to these leaders is going to be difficult, don't let that stop you. There's a very important saying that leaders are readers, and it's something to keep in mind as well, because the truth is there are some great books written about some famous leaders in the world. So by all means, go down to the library or go down to your bookstore online and have a read of some great biographies of famous leaders. Because even reading about some of the challenges that they have faced and gaining some insights about how those challenges were overcome can be just as good as being in a mentoring relationship with those leaders. The next lesson I want to share with you is that you never stop learning as a leader. Leadership is a process of ongoing development. And I don't think there is any leader out there who thinks that they know everything there is to know about leadership. If they do have that attitude, then I would say that's probably the beginning of their end. Be humble. Stay focused on what you need to learn as a leader, because there is always more to learn, and there are always areas in which you can improve as a leader. One of the key things to note is that in recent times there's been a lot of discussion around the power of vulnerability and the importance of being transparent as a leader. These are great lessons to take on board in your own leadership journey. Do not be afraid to be honest and open about where you need to improve, and think about how other people might be able to help you improve in those areas. Like I said, leadership is an ongoing practice, and the focus is on ongoing development. The fourth lesson I want to share with you is that you need to define your own leadership style. And when you do define your leadership style, take into account the context in which you are leading. If you're the army officer of an army, your leadership style will be very different from what you would apply if you were leading a volunteer organisation that is serving the community. The key thing to note is that ultimately your leadership style needs to reflect who you are as a person, because anything different is going to come across as inauthentic. So remember that very important ancient lesson about knowing yourself. From that foundation, you can define your own unique style of leadership that is going to be effective for the context in which you operate in, but also aligns well with who you are as a person. The final lesson I want to share with you all is that leadership is character. And this is probably one of the most fundamental lessons about leadership that you can learn. There's a great saying that who you are speaks so loudly that I cannot hear a word that you are saying. And this is so true in the context of leadership. Leaders ultimately must have a solid foundation of character. So ask yourself, are you listening to your conscience? Do you think your actions on a day-to-day basis align with what you truly value in life? Character growth is not easy, but then again, neither is leadership. And sometimes you have to confront some very hard truths about yourself and who you are as a person and how you can improve. But remember, we spoke about the importance of authenticity in leadership. So that is the reason why it is so important to ask yourself if there are areas in which you can improve as a person. You see, the key thing to remember is that leaders must be respected by the teams that they lead. Now, you may be in a position where team members may not agree with you on your decisions or the actions that you take, but if you've got a strong character foundation in place, they should respect you. So ask yourself, what can I do to improve as a person and in my character? Thank you so much for watching this video today. I really hope it's given you a good starting point into understanding leadership philosophy. In my next video, I'm really keen to talk about some of the more practical tips that you can apply in order to become an effective leader in your career. For now though, don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe as well, and also visit my website at benlukes.com for more content. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again next time.